Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Big Talk Pigskin. I am your host, Bowden, and I'm joined with my two wonderful co-hosts, Q and Andre. How have you guys been? Andre, obviously, we were just together.
Yeah, I was gonna say up and down. I guess I had a great weekend, so that was great. Just not the outcome I wanted, but we'll get into more of my weekends.
I had a pretty good weekend and week. From the last time that y'all seen me, been pretty fun a little bit. Getting ready for finals, and you're ready to actually leave Bluffton. The 11th is the last day. I'll be on this campus, rocking out.
Nice.
How about you, Bowden?
Hey, I've been good. We had a great weekend, obviously, being in Indianapolis at the game. Was a lot of fun, great experience. First time for both me and Andre doing that. So for you guys who were like following our Twitters during all that or our X accounts, would love to know how we did. I hope we did a good job, but I think, we did everything we could and had a lot of fun doing it.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, I want to learn a little more about y'all experience though. Like, how was it? Like, truly, was it like eye opening or just how was it?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of like expected it to kind of be that way a little bit, like just the way it was all set up and everything like that. They all the amenities and stuff that's up there. Like I kind of knew it was going to be that way. I guess you never know what to expect. Just new environment, just kind of having access to everywhere except the field was pretty cool. Kind of just go around, see some cool stuff that you don't really get to see as a normal fan, which I've never been. I've only ever been to a game as a fan before, so it's just kind of cool to see some of that stuff.
That's cool.
I was gonna say definitely was I don't know, you for your first time, like you never could expect to have something like that, to go from watching like all this stuff on TV to like being there in person. Like you get to see, like we got to see the Indiana players go in their tunnel after the game. Like we're in a press conference and like I'm literally looking at like Ryan Day and Julian Sands looking at me or something. Like you get a chance to ask these guys a question that like I don't know, you only normally get to watch. And then like just being up in the press box, like that was a different like experience too. You're used to watching on TV or from the stands, but like you're high up, like you see the coaches running like behind you or something, getting to their room or getting back down to the field. Like it was I don't know, it's just a once in a lifetime experience. Like definitely enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool, asking questions, obviously great. Kurt Signetti looked every single person in the eye when he answered their question. Like if you asked it to him, he looked you directly in the eye while speaking into the microphone to like answer you. And that was pretty neat. Ryan Day, I mean, this is probably because of the loss. I don't believe, he seems like a good dude. But I assume just because of the loss, he was kind of like eyes shifting around everywhere, but that's kind of to be expected. Him and Julian saying, I'm sure didn't want to be up on that stage after the way the game turned out.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of expect that.
Okay. All right, but it sounds like a very fun experience for y'all guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you guys know, like I'm a big Ohio State fan, so like being there, like I couldn't be an Ohio State fan. I had to be neutral. I had to be a Big Ten fan. So like you're at the game, you're up in the press box, and you see like I'm not gonna get into the game, but you see like the other team make a big play, and it's just like you want to be like, what are you doing? Or you want to be frustrated, but you got to hold it in and just I don't know, be happy about it, I guess.
And Andre did a great job of remaining neutral. I was proud of him for that. I know if Iowa would have been there, it would have been hard for me to do the same. So great job.
Struggle, especially at the end.
Yeah.
Just know towards the end, that put the biggest smile on my face. But all right.
All right. All right, let's get into it. So obviously today, after the championship games, we'll get into the Indiana-Ohio State game. The playoff poll came out, the newest one, which the poll, who really cares about that outside of the bracket?
Mm-hmm.
We got some crazy things that happened here. First off, we have 3 teams in. Love to see that. Love to see that. Indiana with the 1 seed, obviously with the win. Ohio State dropped down to the 2, which is great. Love that. Now, instead of the 4, just had the 4 seeds, Indiana and Ohio State. So their first game that they would play, they would have the 4 seeds, and they would play each other in the semifinals. So this kind of sets it up for everything works out in favor for the Ohio State championship possible. Oregon makes it in as the 5. They'll take on James Madison, at home in Oregon, and then winner of that game would go on to play Texas Tech. But we also did have Indiana 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia came in at 3 after winning the SEC, Texas Tech at 4 after winning the Big 12, Oregon at 5, obviously. Number 6, Ole Miss, surprised me that they jumped Texas A&M as Texas A&M. I mean, they both only have 1 loss, but Ole Miss also lost their coach. Kind of figured A&M would have been slated above them, but okay. Then A&M at 7, Oklahoma at 8, Alabama at 9, and then Miami. The biggest controversy of all of this is Miami jumping Notre Dame after sitting behind them for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. And then Tulane obviously wins the American. They're the 4th highest ranked conference champion. They make it in as the 11th seed. And because of our prediction, I know I was in favor of Duke. I called that. I said Duke was going to win that game. It made the opening for James Madison to make it in as the 12th seed.
Yes. See, sometimes you just have to root for the underdog. You might never know.
Sometimes.
Funny that you since we're talking about James Madison and we're probably never talking about him again. Bowden pissed off Signetti at the meeting.
I don't know if he was that upset.
No, he wasn't upset.
I just don't think he really cared for the question.
Yeah.
I don't know how much we're allowed to talk about it. I basically just asked him about possibly getting to see James Madison in the playoffs at some point since Duke had won. And I mean, he kind of just brushed it off, said he enjoyed his time there, but he's not there anymore. He doesn't really care. He's going to prepare for whoever he plays against. Good answer. I mean, that's what you want to hear if you're an Indiana guy. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't know if it's like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to play my old guys, like school I kind of came up from to get this opportunity. I don't know. Just curious. I think after a big win that he just had, he didn't really care to speak about that, which makes sense. I don't necessarily blame him, but just was something I wanted to ask.
No, he definitely is a good guy. Just making a little joke about it because it was just funny in the moment.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But
he wasn't going for it. He was not.
And I know, no. And I know we're a Big Ten here. Obviously, this is big talk, but Notre Dame kind of has that same sort of Midwestern presence as the Big Ten. How do we feel about Miami jumping them? What are your guys' thoughts? Because I don't like it. I personally don't like it after weeks and weeks and weeks on end of having Notre Dame above them. I don't get it. I honestly think BYU is more deserving of either of them, but I really don't think. I believe the head-to-head counts. You should count that. You should look at that, but not after 5 weeks or however long it's been of not caring about it.
I agree with you. This is shocking that Miami is really in the playoffs, especially over Notre Dame, which I don't understand why either. Like, especially since like how you said, they've been behind for weeks at end. And now when that comes decision time, they just say, "All right, Miami, you win. Notre Dame, better luck next year."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a business decision right there.
But I personally, I believe BYU is probably more deserving. Obviously, Notre Dame has some of the best losses in the country with Miami and Texas A&M, which they're playing. It's the battle of teams who beat Notre Dame. Playing in the 7-10 game to see who will take on the Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl. But I don't know. Like BYU, their only 2 losses are to number 4 Texas Tech, the number 4 team in the country. They lost to the same team twice, which is hard to do. You know, it's hard to beat someone twice. Texas Tech did that, and I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
BYU
give
put
that
up some
spot
good
to
fight.
BYU, and then they play Texas Tech for a 3rd time, and then potentially lose a 3rd again. Because
They would play Miami, or they would play Texas A&M. Sorry, they would play A&M. They'd be on the opposite side of the bracket as Tech.
Oh yeah.
Because they would have made it. They would have made it as the 10 seed, as an at-large, and then they would have played Texas A&M. Go on to play Ohio State if they beat A&M. I don't know. I just think BYU is kind of deserving of that spot, maybe a little bit more, with their only losses being the same team, number 4 in the country.
I don't know, they're probably looking at like what you're going to do with that spot too. Like, yeah, you may deserve it because you had a good like regular season, but like, what are you going to do when you get to that game? Like, I don't know. I feel like Miami puts up a better fight than BYU does. I feel like BYU, you know, they come out, make their fans excited to go out there for their first playoff game, but I don't see them beating Texas A&M. So I don't know.
And
Miami's a little more competitive.
Right. And BYU, their only ranked win was over Utah this year. But like you go and look at Miami, they have 3 ranked wins on the year, which is Notre Dame, which is a good win. And then the other 2 were Louisville. And sorry, I got to pull it up. I don't remember off the top of my head who the other one was. Louisville and USF. Or sorry, Louisville was their loss. They lost to Louisville and SMU, 2 8-4 teams. They beat a ranked South Florida, a ranked Florida State, and a ranked Pittsburgh. Florida State, 5-7. USF doesn't even make the American Conference Championship. Notre Dame, that was first game of the season. They beat them by 3. That's a great win. Pittsburgh, they blow them out. Pittsburgh ends 8-4. They're not very good. Any of their ranked wins other than Notre Dame are not very good ranked wins. And, you know, a BYU win over Utah, in my eyes, is a better win. It's not a better win than Notre Dame, but the losses are better than what Miami had, which is why I believe they're more deserving. And then Notre Dame, you know, is kind of on that other end where they didn't really beat anybody, for being honest. They didn't.
I think it's just Miami beating Notre Dame is what gave him like that spot, because you can't put Notre Dame in over a team that beat them like you. I don't know. That's not kind of realistic. And then you have BYU, like their best win is. So you're comparing BYU and Miami.
If you go and compare their ranked wins, right? Yeah. Like Notre Dame's ranked wins, USC and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, not very good. USC, that's a good win. And so, like, you look at the 3 of them and you go, who has the best ranked win with 2 losses? And that is Miami. But you go and look at who has the best losses out of these. It's Notre Dame. You kind of put it all together and you go, hey, BYU looks pretty good here. I don't know. It's just a personal thing for me. I think BYU is just a better team. You know, Texas Tech's great. But, I mean, I'm not on the committee, so not up to me.
I feel that. Talk about that. How did Alabama somewhat sneak in with
that also?
And one of their losses came to like Florida State.
Yeah, exactly.
Another 5-win team. Like, what are we doing?
And you know, it's the first game of the season, so you know, there's a little bit of that to there. Like that's kind of part of it, and that's one thing. And, you know, their other loss in the season, that was to Oklahoma, who they're rematching. And they lost that game at home. And then they lost to Georgia in the conference championship. And no, you shouldn't downgrade somebody because they played an extra game and lost. But they didn't play very well. It was not a good game by them after they already beat this team. And I don't know. It just doesn't feel deserving. They have great wins, though. And so that's why it's like it makes sense. But you know, maybe they should have dropped to 9 or dropped to 10, and Miami should have been that 9 slot instead. I think that may have made a little bit more sense considering they lost a game they should have dropped.
Yeah, plus I would love to see Alabama and Ohio State.
Yeah, that would have been fire.
It would have been. And then like in that game, I'm gonna have to be neutral. 'Cause I don't mess with knives.
I mean, you can get a
Yeah.
Georgia stick, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, I'm gonna have to be neutral. I don't like Georgia neither. It's like, well, you know, Ohio State, but at the same time, I want y'all to beat them. So it's kind of weird.
Right.
The life of a biased fan, I tell you. When your team is not in there, you just praying everybody down for.
Yeah. Yeah. Like personal. Like I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see who wins as it keeps going forward.
Yep. But by the way, I got the Hoosiers winning all everything all the way. They are battle tested, and they shows that they can win games.
I don't. I honestly, I don't have a decision yet. I got to kind of look over this a little more. I need some more time to just read over this. Andre does not like that, but which I don't necessarily disagree with. But he saw him beat.
You're gonna hear my mouth real soon.
I know.
And for those who really want to hear what I gotta say that bad, just fast forward about 4 minutes in the show, and you'll get my thoughts.
You'll see his thoughts for sure. You know, that's what I just had to tell him after the game yesterday. Just a couple times, like, hey, just wait a little bit longer. You'll be able to express all of that.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty much the poll, the bracket. I mean, in the poll itself, we didn't have any new teams jump in from the Big Ten. I mean, USC stayed at 16. Michigan moved up to 18 from 19 because of Virginia's loss to Duke. And then Iowa State at 23, ahead of playoff team James Madison, by the way. One spot ahead of them.
That game's going to be funny.
Yeah. But we'll switch it over. I'm just going to kind of run through our Big Ten bowl games. We'll dive into these later on when they get closer up and kind of give you guys, some previews on those. The playoff games that we have, I mean, obviously, so we have playoff games. We have our, Oregon. Oregon has a home game. And then we have Ohio State in the second round will be in Indiana's the Rose Bowl. Ohio State is the Cotton Bowl. Oregon has a home game. And then we go to the Valero Alamo Bowl, which hosts USC versus TCU. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, we have Michigan and Texas. The ReliaQuest Bowl is the Hawkeyes Bowl. They're taking on Vanderbilt. Then we have the Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl. Illinois plays there. They're taking on Tennessee. We have the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, which Penn State will be going to take on Clemson. That game intrigues me a lot. Well, again, we'll go into that later. We have the Rate Bowl, New Mexico, Minnesota. The SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, Nebraska versus Utah. That game also kind of intrigues me. The Game Above Sports Bowl, Central Michigan, Northwestern, and then the LA Bowl, Boise State and Washington, which I think that'll be a great game. Chris Peterson Bowl is really what they should call it.
No, definitely. I'm excited. A lot of Big Ten action right there. A lot of our teams in some bowl games. We got a couple teams that got snipped. So like this is their chance to show like they should have been in those playoff rankings. Why they should have got moved up a couple spots where they shouldn't have got knocked down. So I don't know. This is that week to take advantage, give their fans something to cheer for, try and like swing a couple recruits. So I don't know. I feel like they should be excited about their bowl games, even though like some teams, like your team, like your Iowa team, like there were some teams that are real close right there. Like you want to see them in the playoffs, but like they get the bowl games, not necessarily what they want, but like it might just be what they need right now. This is what they need to, you feel me, get to that over that hump to that next level.
Yeah, definitely. And so, yeah, those are our bowl games. We're looking – Big Ten looks good. We have the most bowl-eligible teams in college football this year. Love to see that. I believe we have 11. Maybe we have 12. We have 11. We have 11. The next closest is 10. But, hey, the best conference in football wins games. We are the best conference in football.
We are.
Hands down.
We are.
Hands down.
We don't get much from some teams up north. but we are still the best.
Like Michigan State, who didn't make it,
Who said
in Wisconsin.
It's more teams up north.
I know. Wait.
Michigan State, Wisconsin, not making it.
Minnesota is north.
Minnesota's in.
Oh,
yeah.
They're in one.
I agree with you. I agree.
All right. And anyway, for what you guys have all been waiting for, our recap on Indiana, Ohio State, Big Ten championship game. The Hoosiers, obviously, they took down the Buckeyes to win their first conference title in forever, their first ever conference title championship appearance, I believe, and game that they've won. I know that for a fact. And the first time they've beaten Ohio State, and also forever. I don't remember exactly when that was. I believe it was like 88.
Uh-huh.
I knew it was back around there. That's back around the same time they won a conference championship for the last time as well.
In about 40 years. Oh my God.
Yeah. Been basically 40 years. And so a huge game for them.
Mm-hmm.
They look good. Defensive battle far and in between. I mean, there wasn't much offense that went on here. None of us thought that was going to be the case.
Same. I thought it was going to be a shootout, but Ohio State has a fantastic defense, the same as Indiana. So it turned out how I guess it should.
I don't know.
Yeah. We need your thoughts.
I don't know if it turned out how it should. I guess it did. Like I expected it to be a little battle like this. It's just frustrating when you see points and opportunities left out on the field. Like the defense, Ohio State's defense was dominating. Like they just getting stops, getting pressure. Like the first play, like you take the quarterback out, and we're not like encouraging injuries, but it's like that's just hard. The defense was playing like out the gate. They came and tried to set the tone, and then like I don't know. It's kind of like once the offense didn't pick up right away on like the energy the defense brought, the defense kind of started to ease back a little bit, and then that's when like Indiana would just take advantage. And I feel like that's what Indiana does. What they've done well all year is they take advantage of like the moments where you get caught sleeping, you get caught lacking, and then they make you pay for it. And I don't want to say that like they deserve that win, as I do feel like if we make that field goal, which we should have made at the end, we tie the game up. Like I'm not going to argue or take away none of the calls or like decisions Ryan Day made, because if you look at everything, even whether you liked it or didn't, even when we get up to that point of the field goal, we still had a chance to tie the game no matter what he called. So it's like he did his job. He got us to our position to have a chance to win. We just couldn't make that field goal. If we go to OT, I think we win it. I think we win it in OT. I think our defense steps up. I don't think when you're in that red zone, like you really can stop Ohio State enough, like more than they can stop you. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, I think Bo Jackson would have, like, he wasn't hot the whole game like I thought he was going to be, but I figured in that red zone OT, he'd have got it going. So we just needed that kick.
Yeah.
That's just the one thing we needed.
Well, and they should have kicked it at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
4th and 2, they go for it. Obviously, as we all know, they reviewed the play. Originally called on the field as a first down. They reviewed the play. Julian Sand's knee does touch the ground with the ball short of the first down line. That was brutal. That was kind of the point when I sat there and I was like, this game's over. Like, I didn't believe that, really. I didn't, but it just, the atmosphere in there changed when that happened. It did. It started to be more Indiana being loud. Ohio State fans were trying, and I felt that they had more there, but I think the Indiana fans found a way to get louder, and they wanted it. They wanted it more. Everybody on that Indiana team, on the sideline, in the stands, everybody wanted it more.
Yeah, I feel like the whole state was out, like all of Indiana. As when I was in the stadium, I had to run back to the car to get my charger, and as I'm going back, I see all the fans start coming in the game. I'm just looking around like, we're not that far from Columbus. We're not that far from Ohio. Like, where is all the supporters at? All I saw was Hoosiers and a bunch of people barking and stuff.
And it was hard to differentiate the two anyway. Like, so even like in a passing glance, you have no idea who's a fan of what team because everybody's wearing some sort of red, white, or gray. No matter what. It didn't matter what team it was. I mean, they were wearing red, white, gray, maybe black. I had no idea who anybody was cheering for. He just didn't know. It was interesting. I've never been to a game like that, especially as an Iowa fan. I mean, nobody else is really wearing black and gold who we play. Obviously, that's a little different now when we go in, we're playing Vanderbilt for our bowl game, but thank God it wasn't Tennessee, by the way. Well, this isn't time for me to talk about that, but thank God it wasn't Tennessee. We always play Tennessee. Always play Tennessee or Kentucky. Thankfully, it's somebody else. I wanted something new. Just wanted something new.
See, Vanderbilt can be on a tangent.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good game. Again, very heavy defensive battle. I mean, you heard Sonny Styles' name every second. It was like almost every single play. Sonny Styles was making the tackle. He was making the play. Like, he played his absolute heart out. Mm-hmm. Had they won, he should have been the game MVP had Ohio State won. He was making all those plays. You heard his older brother, Lorenzo's name a couple of times as well, a pretty good amount, honestly, but those were his tackles he got after being very high in his zones and not breaking up a pass and then just getting the tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and while we're talking about the DBs, Jermaine Matthews, Ignorance, and y'all let me down this weekend. Y'all walk around like macho man on campus. Y'all walk around like y'all just hot stuff, like y'all just untouchable. And I know it, bro. Y'all frauds. Y'all get exposed every weekend. Y'all are not as good as y'all think y'all are. And I knew, and I said it from the beginning of the year. Y'all are the weak point of our defense. It'd be 3rd and 15 or whatever it be. We have y'all backed up. We need one more stop. But no, y'all want to give up bombs ahoy down the field. We're giving up 30, 40, 50-yard deep bombs in crunch time. It's time to lock in. Y'all want to do commercials and ads this week. Do some more reps. This is stuff we need right here. It's like, just now, you got to hear everybody talk trash. Oh, y'all supposed to go undefeated. Y'all supposed to go all the way to winning that. It's the first time y'all finally beat Michigan and y'all going to do this. Shut up. Where y'all teams at? Y'all teams is back in Eugene, Quacking, and everywhere else. We was here. It's not like we come and go and we win our first one and that's it and we disappear. No. When y'all win y'all first ones, who y'all be playing? Us. We can't win them all. We should, but we can't. So you know what? I'm happy Indiana. Like, y'all is my number 2 favorite college team this year because y'all are fire. So I definitely got a lot of props and kudos and respect for y'all. But I hope y'all better not lose and y'all better make it all the way to the Natty because my boys, we want our revenge. And it's hard to beat a team twice.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. But that tension showed me that an Oregon fan got underneath your skin.
Oh, I think I know who it was.
I didn't get out the building before I started getting calls.
That's true. That is true. We were on the elevator. Not even. We were waiting in line to get on the elevator so we could go down to the press conference. Mm-hmm. And Andre's just getting call after call. And he's like, I cannot talk right now. Like, we're on an elevator. Like, I got to go do this. Like, I cannot talk to you right now. Like, just all these guys.
They talking trash in my ear.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's exactly how it felt at the last week. Literally, before the game was over with, people are already calling my phone. All these Buckeye fans, like, turn my phone off for the day.
Yeah.
But
man, people telling me, take me and my Buckeyes out of their city and to get out of Indiana. Like y'all didn't beat us that bad to be talking like this. Like, it was a good game. This was like one of the better games of the year. I just feel like next time they play, I feel like offense is going to be a little bit more woken up and more on point. And I feel like, I don't know, when it comes to the offensive battle, that's when I take Ohio State. But like, when their defense can just slow us down, because that's our biggest weakness. Like, it takes a minute for us to get going, and Indiana can just go like that, like a light switch. But I feel like next time we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be warmed up. We're gonna be hot. We're gonna be on point. Jermaine and Ignorance, they're gonna be locked in. They're not gonna make no more commercials and stuff. They're gonna be ready to play ball, and it's gonna be nice next time.
And really, the nail in the coffin in this game, which it wasn't the missed field goal, it really was after Indiana had scored a touchdown and the missed field goal, Indiana gets the ball, missed field goal by Ohio State, that is. Indiana gets the ball back with about just under 3 minutes. They get to 3rd and 7, right? It was 3rd and 7. So it was 3rd and long. And, Mendoza completes a pass over to Charlie Becker for 33 yards and gets a first down. Ohio State's already used all but one timeout, maybe all their timeouts, plus the 2-minute timeout was coming up as well.
Yeah, we were in a perfect spot.
They were in a perfect spot, and then that pass is caught. Indiana could have kicked a field goal there. They were kind of far away, but they decided to punt, pin them deep, and force Ohio State throw some long balls that they just couldn't get to connect. Thing is, had that first one they thrown got caught, he would have went down, and they wouldn't have been able to get enough time. They wouldn't have had enough time to go and score. So I don't know why Julian Sand threw that into the field and not closer to someone on the outside. I don't know. I mean, it just wasn't a very well-designed play in the first place.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't executed well. They tried doing it again. I believe Jeremiah Smith did catch it, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
He's 35, 40 yards short.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. Since we're just talking about it, perfect world, like even on that last play, Jeremiah catches it and can just like pitch it back to someone, like try and start like the laterals right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. You get something exciting, but like it's hard to do that. Like all you can really think about is just catch the ball.
Right. And usually the laterals don't work.
Yeah, they
usually.
They just make the game more exciting and drags it off a little bit.
I won't say
a couple
never,
extra seconds. Not never. It's just very.
We've seen the TikToks and stuff.
Not very often.
It's very rare, but
Yes.
when it do happen, everybody
It's electric.
Yes, everybody's on the edge of their seat, heart is pounding. I know.
Yeah.
I would have been a depressed Hoosier fan if a lateral would have worked.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. That would have been insane.
I would have.
That would have been an insane ending.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, Hoosier fans, just be happy that Ryan Day made some of the calls he did. And I said, like, I'm not gonna go back and hate because he still got us the chance to win the game or at least tie it. But it's just like my rule of thinking and what I've seen be successful in football the most is when you're going for it if you know you're going for it on 4th down and it's 3rd and short, run the ball. That's when you need to play muscle ball because then you get to 4th down and you're like, what do we do? Like, what do we have left now? Like, if you run on 4th, that leaves you the option to run again, pass. Like, the defense doesn't know what to expect. If you come out and throw on 3rd and short, then it's like, dang, what do we have next? Like, are we going to try and run it and punch it? Like, the defense is already, like, pinching up all the gaps. So then it's like, I don't know, you're stuck to have to throw it again or you're in you have to force a run in a situation you don't want. So I just feel like run the ball on 3rd down. Play hard muscle football, see who's the strongest and who's going to win. You might just get your 3 or whatever you need, your 2. If you don't, you get 1. Then at least it's 4th and 1, and then it's like that's a lot more manageable than that 4th and that long too, because it feels much longer than actually 2 yards.
Right. Yeah, it was 3rd and 2, and they do that rollout left. There's one receiver in the area. He's not open. Jeremiah Smith's not open. He's not catching that ball, has to throw it away, and that leads to having to, they go for it on 4th and 2. Again, that's at the end of the 3rd quarter. They go for it on that 4th and 2. It gets the call gets overturned of the first down, and Indiana goes down, scores, wins the game after a long drive.
Yeah, I don't know. It's heartbreaking to see, but I don't know. Ohio State fan aside, Indiana, like, that was fantastic. Like, I don't know. When I first started watching the game, I was smiling like, yeah, like, we're not scoring a lot of points, but like I was just confident that the way it was going, Ohio State was going to win. But Mendoza just rallied his boys. He got his troops going, and they came out to play. Coach Signetti came up with a good game plan, and I don't know, it worked to not perfection, but it worked enough. Like, they got that win, so shout out to them. I definitely think that besides the Buckeyes, like, they are the best team in college football this year.
Yeah. And Mendoza, well, I guess even now, are they the best team because they beat the Buckeyes?
I mean, I still don't want to say they're better than my team, but like, if I don't know, just being unbiased, like, I guess on paper, yes, because that the rankings and everything, but watching the game and just I don't know, looking at the whole season and everything, player for player and everything like both teams have to offer, I still take my Buckeyes.
And that's fair. That's fair. I think if a rematch happens in the national championship, Ohio State will win, but you never know. But Mendoza had a good game. He went 15 for 23, 222 yards, a touchdown, and interception. Julian Sand, 21 for 29, 258 yards, a touchdown, and interception. Both had great games, really good games. Mendoza obviously winning the game, wins the MVP of the game, and he's likely to win the Heisman now going forward. Yeah. It looks to be the guy who's going to win it at this point. It felt like, everybody in there was going, hey, you win, you get the Heisman. And that was both from people from Indiana saying that about Mendoza and people from Ohio State saying that about Sand. Like, I think everybody was clearly set that these are the top two guys, at least going into conference championship week. And winner of this game deserves the Heisman, and it'll probably be Mendoza here in the next couple of weeks when they announce it.
I think so. I think he deserves it. He earned it. I felt like whoever out of the quarterbacks, I feel like those were the two highest contenders for the Heisman. I feel like those were the two people who would get it, Sand or Mendoza. So I feel like this game was that deciding factor. This was their last chance to make their cases on why they should win. And Mendoza definitely did it. He was the better quarterback yesterday. And I don't know, he went out and he earned himself a Heisman. He definitely earned it and won it, at least in my opinion.
And that's coming from an Ohio State fan. So
it is.
It's how we know this guy is our Heisman.
Mm-hmm. He did. Mendoza did ball out after the first quarter. He started off rocky, but he got himself together.
Yeah, I mean, he gets hit hard. His brother has to come in, run one play for him, and then he's back in. Fernando comes right back in, keeps playing. He's trying his best. Really, the only thing that worked for either team was passes, and it was like big chunk passes. It kind of felt like we were watching USC play a game against a really good defense where they get one big pass and then the drive kind of fizzles out. The run game maybe gets them a couple first downs after a couple of chippy runs, and then they have to punt the ball. That's just how it felt. Felt like a USC game, like two USCs going at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just enjoyed that game. It's hard to see your team lose, but I don't know. It's not okay, but I guess it's okay when you get a game like that. It was just, as a football fan, I enjoyed it. I was satisfied. I got what I could ask for, what I would want as a football fan. So I guess it balanced out.
Definitely. And any final thoughts on this? Anybody?
Hey, just be ready for them Buckeyes. Everyone who had something to say about them losing, anytime they rarely ever lose, I want you to just make sure you watch the rest of their journey, because
haters gonna hate.
Oh yeah, haters gonna hate, and we got something for those haters. And each week that we play, you're gonna see what exactly it is we got for y'all haters.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned.
I can't wait to see it.
You will see us national championship.
I can't wait.
We'll make sure we give you round after round after round of us just beating on everybody, because we're about to light up now. We're about to be hot.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Why Dave never won the Big Ten championship? Had he?
He did in 2020.
He did. Okay.
And 2019, I believe.
All right, bet. Because I was going to say he checked out every box besides that one.
Yeah, he's won those. Yeah, it's been a while though. I mean, it's been 3 years of Michigan, a year of Oregon, now a year of Indiana. He had 3 years in a row where he didn't, 4 years in a row where he didn't make it. With those 3 Michigans and an Oregon year, but he made it back, and they'll probably make it back next year. This team's going to be even more polished than it was this season. So
That's right.
Great game by them.
It was. It really was.
And then just one more thing before we sign off here. Penn State finally hired a coach. I know I went off on a whole tangent about how they're awful and the program's going to get destroyed, but I'm actually a huge fan of Matt Campbell. I met him before. He's a great dude. I know I'm an Iowa fan. He's from Iowa State, but I really respect the guy He was the only thing I liked about the Cyclones. He's a great dude. I'm excited to see what he'll do at Penn State. I think he'll kind of have a Brett Bielema effect where he'll be maybe even a little bit like James Franklin, just not as good consistently.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited to see his journey there and see what he can do with the transfer portal and bringing in some recruits for the late signing period in February.
All right, Brett. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and so that pretty much wraps up what we have today for you guys. Tune back in, I believe, on Friday, so we can just talk about some other stuff coming up. And Q, you want to take us out?
Well, for everybody, still happy Monday. Good morning. Hopefully, everybody could go to work safe. Hopefully, it's not a lot of snow on the ground or ice, because trust me, there's a lot of black ice out there, and I keep on sipping on it. The same part. Like, I will never learn my lesson. Anyways, watch our step. Make sure y'all have y'all good cup of joe in the morning, either black or with cream or sugar, something, and make sure that y'all keep that pack of gum right along with your phone and your wallet. Because that's how you know for surely that you're going to have that freshly minty breath instead of having coffee breath. Because that is not good, okay? I pray everybody drive safe, get to work safe, and have a good day.
See you guys.
Yeah.